These three beautiful women have a lot in common. They are brave, they are forward, as we say in Colombia. They were born, grew up, and work in the countryside. They treasure the land and see no better future than it. They were born, grew up, and work in the countryside. They treasure the land and see no better future than it. They dream about it and have never stopped believing in it. They help generate employment and rebuild the social fabric, providing not only a better quality of life, but they have given back to the countryside the generational change, respect, and dignity that it deserves. My name is Maria Marlenny Ramirez. I'm an agronomist with a passion for medicinal plants. My name is Flor Maria Castaño Carvajal, and I'm dedicated to the cultivation of aromatic plants and banana crops, fruit trees, whatever is useful for food. I am the legal representative of the Asociación de Mujeres Campesinas and the owner of the farm El Bollito in the Cascajo Arriba district of the municipality of Marinilla. I am a farmer, proudly a farmer. Since I was 4 years old, they told me to study to leave the countryside because life in the countryside was very hard. But I thought, why couldn't I study to stay? Since I was very young, I've always been passionate about the whole world of medicinal plants and their properties. My grandmother always explained to me what each plant was for. I studied technology in agricultural business administration with a SENA, and I started as an instructor in a very nice program called Young Rural Entrepreneurs, where I began to work with all the rural communities. My dream has always been that the farmer has other opportunities for development, that he has other opportunities to stay in the countryside. I used to see how my father used to harvest the crops, and when it came to commercialization, there was no possibility of having fair prices, and many times not even the production costs of the crops were reached. So in that work with the peasant communities, we began to look at what other possibilities there were to give them an added value to all the resources that we have here in the east of Antioquia. This is a marigold plant. Here the weeds outgrow it. Here I am moving the soil. That is what you should do, and they appreciate what you do for their well-being. This movement should be careful not to move the root. As the soil remains loose, they will grow much faster, and in about 8 days it will be possible to see that their crop improves. In this crop, I've been working on this for about 15 years because I'm a victim of violence. I came here from the municipality of Cocona 20 years ago, and I arrived in the municipality of Rio Negro. I love the land very much, and a lawyer told me one day that he knew that I really liked the countryside, and he offered me to work on a plot of land that he had around here. That there was no commitment of anything, that the day I wanted to retire I could leave, and that as long as the land was his I had no problem. The same day he told me, the same day I took a tool and came to see where the land was that they were going to lend me to work. I hope it lasts, because when the land does not belong to you, there is always some fear. Because if you had to leave what was really yours, things are unstable. We have already had to leave the land that we had worked, but let's hope that I can enjoy it here for a longer time, hopefully until I die. How does it go with calendula? It's starting all over again because winter is over. First there was a pandemic that wiped out everything I had of marigold, just beginning to give. At that time I didn't come to the farm to see the crop for 2 months, so I lost a lot, including the seed that had already dried up and was in the weeds. It is just starting to come back, and the idea is to start harvesting. Oh, that's good. Let's take a look at the aloe penca and the soon-to-be relief to see how it goes. we started to look at what other added value we could give to the plants, and we started with this whole project of making cosmetics based on medicinal plants. These products are produced under European standards, free of petrochemicals, free of parabens, without synthetic foaming agents. It was a very nice process that began in 2011, together with 3 other partners, since we were 4 founding partners. So since 2012, we started with the construction of the plant. It was a year of assembling all the certifications with INVIMA. At the beginning, it was hard and complicated to introduce a product in the market and to start positioning this project, which is also my life project. It is my mission. It is my vision. It is the way to contribute to the strengthening of rural economies, to the support of rural women, and to finally vindicate the role of women in the field. The role of women in the field is essential because we women are the caretakers. We contribute to the family economy. We plan everything we are going to eat and how we are going to feed our children. It is very important for the development and growth of the family nucleus, the community, and the entire municipality. AMCAM is an association of peasant women looking for a future that was born in 2004 because the work of peasant women was not so socialized and made visible. In this project, we got 41 associates. We looked for the rural groups and we formed what it is today, the Association of Peasant Women. We have had a very important growth. Today we are more than 100, and after having situations that moved us, it made us ask ourselves, what was it that we were doing? Because we were not growing for the sake of growing, but to be aware and committed to those who want to be a part of the association. We also asked ourselves why they are doing it. So it is no longer the association that gives animals or various things. There is already another approach that is responsible for teaching, contributing, working together for the field. The main task of AMCAM is social work, the work of personal growth, of women's roles, of negotiating with families, of not letting ourselves be mistreated, or working on all of these women's rights. But as we also work on the issue of the economy, of improving the quality of life, we need productive projects to start the project. At the beginning, we started with the ancestral products, to transform food, like rescuing the pedicule bean, the banana, cider, that is, to do many things. Then we grew aromatic plants, without neglecting what corresponds to food safety. As an association, we have some productive processes, some established products. Therefore, we already have 90 families cultivating and planting. We buy dehydrated products from all of them to extract the aromatic herbs and essential oils. From this last process, we obtain some byproducts to finish shampoos. We are also working in the line of legumes with a vegetable protein that has a variety of legumes and other products where we are also entering the market. Maria Marlenny, Flor Maria, and Rosa Ángelica decided to be part of an initiative of the Ministry of the Environment and Sustainable Development that is carried out through the 33 environmental authorities of the country. Green businesses have 3 main characteristics. First, they must be environmentally responsible or have a positive impact on the environment. Second, they must be economically profitable. And third, they must be socially inclusive. These businesses, according to the National Green Business Plan, have different categories in which they are classified. They have a range of important sectors that accommodate many businesses. Among them are sustainable goods and services and industrial products. We also have another category which is carbon biocommerce. In the case of sustainable goods and services, we have a sector that is of great importance, biotrade. In the latter, we include nature tourism, products or resources of extracts, or production of enzymes and other types of natural products. In addition, there are timber and non-timber products such as honeys, oils, resins, and others. There is also the zoo breeding of different species, as well as the sustainable production with what has to do with agroecological production, organic production, and all these productions that avoid the use of chemicals in food production. We seek as an environmental authority to reduce the volume of pollution generated, to reduce the greenhouse gases produced by the different processes, and that these processes in turn generate jobs in the municipalities and communities where they are being carried out, that they also have a reduction and conservation of the ecosystems and natural resources in which they are being carried out.
Arrancando las maletas se organiza esto. El invierno nos hizo mucho daño.
For us, the Green Business Program has been very important. It is fundamental for us as a company to have this endorsement, to demonstrate this environmental, economic, and social sustainability. Apart from seeking this sustainability is all the chaining that we can do with all those productive units that are also in green business and that are also doing a job very similar to ours. Our objective would be to be able to certify ourselves with a COSA and other organic production seals, but they are quite expensive. With this green business seal, we have the way to show the country and the final consumer that we are being sustainable at an economic, environmental, and social level. Apart from that, all the support, all the accompaniment and training have been fundamental for us as entrepreneurs. Having the Green Business Seal has strengthened the organization a lot. We have been invited to many events and fairs. Before we also did it, but now we are very immersed in projects that have this seal or are part of the entities that lead these initiatives. Cornell's Green Business Program supports green businesses through training, education, and accompaniment in the design of processes, and also has to do with expanding commercialization channels for these initiatives. In the specific case of the pandemic, which was one of the great complexities of this year, we began to support businesses by generating agreements with different entities in the East, such as the Biocommerce Network, or with initiatives such as El Campo a su Mesa, which arose from the Sanción, and what we sought was to generate agreements with them so that they could offer different products from these green businesses and that they could market their products during this time. We simply unite supply with demand. We serve as intermediaries, but we cannot tell the producer, pass us your products. We will sell them and keep a profit. We do not say this because it is not the purpose of the environmental authority in this case. What we are simply looking for is to promote and open channels of commercialization. This is a free process that is based on the willingness of the person or business to participate in it, and we have certain selection criteria to define who we work with. Among these criteria is that they want to participate voluntarily. We also seek that they belong to one of the categories mentioned above, that they are not an intermediary business, that they are not simply buying and selling, but they are directly producing the goods or services offered. We also seek that the production headquarters of these businesses are located within one of the 26 municipalities of the jurisdiction of CONA, and in this case we also seek issues of formalization, either at least have RUT or also have registration with the Chamber of Commerce of Eastern Antioquia. I say that the farm is my life because sometimes I am at home and I feel sick. I feel that everything hurts, but if I go out and come here, I forget I was sick because I start working and I don't remember that I feel sick. I take the tools and start using them to cut plants and you forget everything. From here I highlight more than all the tranquility, feeling the birds singing and looking at the flowers. It is something that I love. I have been working here for 7 years now. I have also been producing aromatic herbs for about 2 years, and they buy them from a company called Natural Connection located in Santuario. This sale was very good because they pay the producers fair prices, and that is why I'm very happy working with them. The rest, that is, what they don't buy from me, I sell in the town market, and that way I collect money to pay for tickets and buy something to eat. Doña Flor, for the next week, let's see how we can organize La Pensa and take some 100 kilos and also the relief. If suddenly you already have marigold, then we will take it all at once. Apart from those 30 direct jobs in the production plant, we are also contributing to the economy of small producers in the region who are the suppliers of raw materials to whom we are paying a fair price for them. We are recognizing the beautiful work they are doing, the loving sowing of the plants and the organic sowing. It is not the same to manufacture a product with a marigold that we do not know where it comes from or that comes from other countries than to manufacture a product with a marigold that we know is harvested and sown by women and farmers in our region. Under all these organic production practices, I really like to work without chemicals. This product definitely has a clean production. I don't fumigate anything here. I maintain the whole crop with organic fertilizer. The fertilizer that I make, and sometimes I buy a few bundles of chicken manure to stir, because that material is needed, but I don't fumigate. Everything is clean. I think it is very important to grow organically because it is a job that generates a quality of life. It also contributes to a lot of things to the health of consumers. It is a different state. It is a very different lifestyle compared to the use of chemicals. These issues of organizing, of being born as an association, have many benefits and results. One as a natural person does not have options, but if you organize, If you make all the networks and if you work, it is possible. Although many say that networking is tangled life, it is a very good way to work together to grow and recognize a better living. The greatest satisfaction for us as leaders in a community is to see the growth of women. I have always emphasized this because, for example, there are women like me who were afraid to speak and even blushed. And today for me, it is very valuable to see all the growth. Thanks to the postulation Vamos Mujer that we started with since we were born, the support of the Secretary of Agriculture, of several administrations, although not all of them, because some have not attended to us. This process has been very valuable, and I feel very good. Our objective is to be able to make this fair trade in all the productive chains, from the producer that produces the plants to the final consumer of the product. We are interested that any person, regardless of socio-economic status, can have access to a natural product that takes care of their health, the environment, and the planet. We project ourselves in the medium term as a national leader in the term of natural cosmetics, where we can increasingly aggregate more producers under this fair trade model. In the medium term, we want to build a larger plant and expand production capacity to have more producers and be able to help them have a more dignified life. What I would advise people, especially young people, who are the most rebellious now and do not like to work the land very much, is to work the land because it is the best thing there is. You have fresh air. For example, what we cultivate translates into the well-being of ourselves, our family, and other people. Working in the fields, we will have a lot of health. That is the main thing. We will have mental health, which is very important. And because I have always worked in the field, I can say that there is nothing like it. We invite you to get to know what we produce.
Sí.
What is offered in the different categories of green businesses. In all of them, you will find that they come from hard-working hands, peasant women, honest producers. We also have those who are already referential entrepreneurs for the region, and in one way or another, we end up benefiting women and families in the east of the Department of Antioquia. So we invite you to come to any of these places. Consume the products and any information. We are also willing to assist you. Let's see in the field that we hope that perhaps we had lost. Let's bet on forging from it a better future for Colombia with a positive impact worldwide. Supporting the production and marketing in a fair way with the environment. With those who every day get up proud to harvest the fruits of their efforts, and with the consumer who expects and deserves a product of excellent quality.